So I've never said you got to go to Memphis. But if you care about mattering in Memphis, you probably should. Like, if that matters to you, do you want to matter in Memphis? Yes. Well, then don't go to LSU because you ain't going to matter in Memphis anymore. Like, he's done mattering in Memphis unless he comes back to Memphis someday or becomes an NBA star or something like that. So, to circle back to the main question, how big of a deal is it? It's a big deal because Penny missed on a local kid that he wanted. Like I said last week, and this is why these types of things are less of a big deal today than they've ever been. In a different era of college basketball, if you have prioritized a top 50-ish point guard and you miss on him, then you are reduced to looking for another high school point guard, one who is probably less heralded than the one you just missed on, right? So in a different era of college basketball, this could be really devastating. Ooh, Memphis prioritized this point guard. They missed on this one, why they prioritized this one. And now, who's even left out there? What are they going to do? Well, now you know what they're going to do? Go to the transfer portal and get a 22-year-old.
Right.
In a different era, if you missed on this one, you just probably have to take an inferior high school point guard. Now, if we're being honest, there's probably going to be 15 point guards in the transfer portal after this upcoming season that are better equipped, not better broadly speaking, but better equipped to help you win in the 2024-25 season than a borderline top 50 class of 2024 graduate. So in that respect, it's not that big of a deal at all. As long as you can get whoever the next Javon Quinterly is in the transfer portal, you would probably rather have that than a borderline top 50 high school player, which is not to suggest you didn't want Curtis Givens. Of course you did. I'd rather have him than not. But you can, whatever you lost in not getting him, you can make up for in the transfer portal, no problem. And given that Memphis has a coach who has consistently done that, no problem. I don't think there's much reason to be concerned.
Yeah, and it's, this year will be interesting in the sense of how much more going forward Penny doubles down on the transfer portal. Like, because this year, is the most he's ever had, right, of transfer portal guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Every Memphis starter will be, assuming the starting lineup looks the way it should look.
Yeah.
Every starter will be somebody who started their college career somewhere else.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting, too, not to get too far off topic, because I know they're at AAC Media Days today, and there's a clip going around of Penny and the FAU head coach on the set together, whatever.
Dusty May.
And it's kind of interesting because, these two teams are picked 1 and 2 in the conference, and it's FAU's picked to win it. But it's Penny with this team of, all transfer, brand new team, right? Mm-hmm. Brand new team that's projected to finish. And then FAU is a bunch of guys that have been there for a while.
Whole starting lineup's back.
Yeah, so
from a
it'll
Final
be
Four
interesting
team.
to see how it plays out this season. And if Memphis is able to, beat them, win the conference, how much more it's done like this going forward with the portal, right? Because it would clearly have proven to have worked well.
I'll tell you, if I were running the Memphis basketball program, I would prioritize the transfer portal and high school players who can help me as freshmen. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I would never take somebody ranked 174th in the high school class anymore, ever again, because that person cannot help me as a freshman.
And they're going to leave.
Yep. If my assistants came to me with a high school prospect, my first question would be, based on what we think our roster is going to look like next season, can this player help us next season? Well, coach, he's a sleeper and really could develop into something in 3 years. That's not what I'm asking you. Can he help us next season? Well, I don't know. Then let's just move. Let's go in another direction. I would only take high school players who can help me next season. My days of developing over 2 or 3 years, done. Not doing that anymore. I'm not saying it can't happen and you can't benefit from it. It's just rare. Mm-hmm. More often than not, you're not going to develop somebody over 3 years. You're going to have them on your bench for that first one, and they're going to go somewhere else. You're going to develop them for somebody else. So I just skipped that part.
Yeah.
But Penny can run his program however he wants, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But I would prioritize transfer portal. I would be in the transfer portal. And my suspicion is this, my guess. I bet you on opening night of the 2024-25 season, whoever's Memphis' starting point guard, I say this respectfully, will be better equipped to would still be Memphis' starting point guard, even if Curtis Givens was on the roster. I think they'll get a more experienced, older point guard from the transfer portal who's better equipped to help them win immediately than Curtis Givens would have been had he enrolled there the way this time last week so many people thought that he was.